A righteous man does not carry out his purpose by force or hurriedly. A wise man, weighing both the right and wrong, judges impartially. Guarding the Dhamma, guarded by Dhamma, the wise one guides others equitably, without force and violence. Simply talking doesn't make one wise. One who is secure without hostility and fear is the wise one. A man is not versed in Dhamma because he talks much. One is truly versed in the Dhamma who, after hearing a little Dhamma, realizes its truth directly and is not heedless of it. A head full of grey hairs doesn't make one an elder. His age is ripe, but he is an old fool. One is truly an elder in whom there is truth, gentleness, non-violence, restraint and control, and who is free from impurities and is wise. Not by eloquence, not by beauty of the form does a man become accomplished when he is full of envy, greed and wickedness. He in whom these three are wholly destroyed, uprooted and extinct, who has cast out hatred, he is truly accomplished. A shaven head cannot make a monk of one who is undisciplined and untruthful. Lies, greed and desire doesn't make one a monk. But he who tunes out all the evil vibrations from within and without, small or large, he is a monk. He quit all evil. He is not a monk because he begs for alms. He is not a monk who follows the ways of the householder. But he who has put aside merit and demerit is chaste, who works judiciously in this world. He indeed is called a monk. A foolish and an ignorant person doesn't become a saint if he is silent in speech, but he is wise who, as if holding a balanced scale, accepts only good. He who, in silence, reflects the both sides of the world, he is to be called a monk. A man is not noble if he harms living beings. A true noble man practices ahimsa, non-violence towards all living beings. Not just on the account of your precepts and practices, or only by resolutions and vows, or much learning, not even by absorption in meditation, or by living life of solitude, nor by thinking, I have attained the bliss of nirvana which is not attained by worldlings. Should you, O monks, be deceived in self-confidence as long as you have not utterly destroyed the desire. Of all the paths, the Eightfold Path is the best. Of all the truths, the Four Noble Truths are the best. The best of states is that of detachment. The best of men is the sage. This is the only path. There is none other for the purification of insight. Tread this path and you will bewilder Mara. Walking on this path, you will end your suffering. Having learned how to pull the thorns from the flesh, I have shown you. You yourself must strive. The Buddhas only point the way. The meditative ones who tread the path are released from the bondage of Mara. Impermanent are all fabricated beings. One turns away from suffering when one realizes this. This is the path to purification. Full of pain are all fabricated beings. One turns away from suffering when one realizes this. This is the path to purification. Unsubstantial are all fabricated beings. One turns away from suffering when one realizes this. This is the path to purification. The idle one who does not take an initiative when he should take an initiative, and though young and strong is lethargic, whose mind is full of vain thoughts, such a lazy man loses the path to wisdom. Watchful of his speech, well controlled in mind, not doing evil with the body, a man purifies these three courses of action and thus finds the path shown by the wise. From meditation springs wisdom. From lack of it there is loss of wisdom. Knowing these two paths of progress and decline, let a man strive towards progress. Cut down the whole forest of lust, not the forest of trees. Danger and fear lurk in that forest of desire. Having cut down the trees and the underbrush of desire, be free, O monks. So long as the desire of a man for a woman, however small, is not uprooted, his heart is fixated like a suckling calf to its mother. Crush the affection for yourself as you would an autumn lily. Then cultivate the path to nirvana. The Buddha has shown this. Here shall I stay for the rains, there for winter and summer. Thus thinks the fool. He is unaware of the obstructions of existence. As a great flood sweeps off a sleeping village, death seizes the man whose mind clings to cattle and children. When one is seized by death, not sons, not fathers, nor relatives could save him. Realizing this, let the wise man practice morality and right away purify the path that leads to nirvana. The wise man will renounce the lesser happiness to attain greater happiness. If he sees that surrendering the lesser happiness brings great happiness worth having. He who inflicts dis-ease on others for his own ease, he will become entangled in the bonds of hatred. Evil tendencies of the arrogant and heedless only increase if they do what should not be done and don't do what should be done. Those who are mindful of the body, who do not do what should not be done, who persist in what should be done, their affluence come to an end. A true holy man goes ungrieving, though he has killed father and mother and 2 warrior kings and destroyed a kingdom and its dependencies. A true holy man goes ungrieving, though he has killed father and mother and 2 priestly kings and a tiger as the 5th. The disciples of Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, of the qualities of the Buddha. The disciples of the Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, of the qualities of Dhamma. The disciples of Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, of the qualities of Sangha. The disciples of Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, of the truth within the body. The disciples of Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, in the practice of non-violence. The disciples of Gautama, who are truly awake, always delight, by day and by night, in the developing of the mind. Difficult is the life of the recluse. Difficult it is to enjoy the discipline of a monk. Difficult is the life of the householder. Difficult it is to enjoy at home. To live with the unsympathetic is suffering. To be a solitary wanderer is sorrowful. So be not an aimless wanderer. Do not fall into suffering. He who is full of faith and virtue, possesses fame and prosperity, receives respect wherever he goes. Good people shine from far like the snowy Himalayan mountains. The wicked don't appear even when they are near, like arrows shot into the night. He who sits alone, sleeps alone, acts alone and untiringly tames himself. He finds delight in the solitude of the forest.